Thank you. Yes, please, Mr. Isaacs.
The first thing is, during the storm last week, I happened to be on vacation, but I wasn't sure. I asked a few people if the village knew what happened at our condominium association, which was Eden's Point, and they said, I don't know. I'll tell you the story just to make it more interesting and make it quicker. I got home on Saturday night. My dad and I stopped at my place, went inside. A few of my shelves had fallen down. I didn't know why. Went with my dad to his house where I was staying overnight. Around midnight, I read my email and saw a 5-minute videotape, and 5 fully grown trees fell and collapsed. There were about 6 cars, at least 2 or 3 of them totaled, and there was several damage. By the time I got back, a lot of it had been taken care of. I'm sure the village had chipped in and everything else, but I wasn't sure if the village administration knew that we did have extensive damage, and obviously our insurance company was contacted today, and our management company's taking care of it. I'm kind of glad I wasn't home during that, to be honest with you. I don't think I could have done anything, but that was the first thing I thought of. I'm going to kind of switch gears. Second thing is it leads to a question about Groot. Our condominium association is responsible for collecting assessments, which include the Groot collection, the garbage collection. And we've had some foreclosures and some assessments that we've actually ended up having to write off, and with vacant apartments too. And I'm wondering, if residents are going to be away from vacation or can't pay and they're not going to live there, they call up Groot and it's suspended, their payment, because they're not living there. There's no garbage. Because we're always going to have garbage, because we have residents most residents are living there and eating food and doing things. But for the vacancies, is there any way we can submit after the fact lists of vacant apartments, get that portion because the association, meaning all the owners, actually eat the money, and we're looking to cut money wherever we can because we have unexpected things like the tree thing where we're going to pay at least the deductible and initially shell out some cash. We have a special assessment for elevators, some things that have to get done. We're redoing the elevators because of the new laws for the real old building elevators, and that's a question I had. I'm not sure you have the answer here, but
I think it's a fair question, Mike, and what I would suggest is that maybe you would contact our corporation counsel, Ms. Liston. She'll go through the contract, and we'll take a look at exactly what possibilities might develop or might be possibly we could do, but that's the way to handle it, I think.
Okay, I'll do that. I appreciate that. And by the way, that happens to be, and I thought of this before I came up, those are the kind of questions we ask at the Morton Grove Condo Association meetings, and now that I had a chance to think, I wanted to mention that the village is represented. I think Larry Gomberg is our liaison. He's helping us get ourselves back on our feet. The police department's represented. The fire department, I know Bill Porter is represented. And so we have representation. We can bring questions up there. It's not supposed to be a complaint form, but we can bring questions and issues up there proactively and get answers from the village as well. So I thought I'd share that with everyone too.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike. I never realized how many organizations there were until you read